the village of wisdom. In the heart of a vast and serene valley, surrounded by towering mountains and nourished by a gentle river, lay the village of Sravasti. Sravasti was renowned far and wide, not only for its beauty, but also for its people's wisdom and quest for knowledge. The villagers believed in learning through dialogue, storytelling, and sharing experiences. The village had a special tradition of inviting sages and wise men to share their teachings. These gatherings were eagerly anticipated and celebrated as festivals of wisdom. The village square, with its ancient banyan tree at the center, would be adorned with colorful decorations, and people from nearby villages would also come to listen. One particular year, the village was abuzz with excitement. It was announced that a revered sage, known for his profound insights and ability to simplify complex truths, would visit Sravasti. This sage was none other than Buddha, whose teachings had touched many lives and brought enlightenment to countless seekers. Among the villagers, there were 6 blind men who had been friends since childhood. Despite their blindness, they were known for their keen intellect and acute senses. They often participated in village discussions and were respected for their perspectives. When they heard about Buddha's visit, they were eager to meet him and learn from his wisdom. The day of Buddha's arrival was bright and clear. The village square was lively, filled with people of all ages. Children ran around with excitement, while elders sat in groups, sharing stories of past gatherings. The blind men were guided to the front, close to the platform where Buddha would speak, ensuring they would hear him clearly. Buddha arrived, greeted by the village elders with deep reverence. He was a serene figure, radiating calm and wisdom. After the formal welcome, he began to speak, sharing stories and teachings that captivated the audience. His words flowed like a river of wisdom, touching the hearts and minds of everyone present. After some time, Buddha paused and invited questions from the audience. One of the blind men, eager to engage with Buddha, raised his hand. A villager helped guide his hand higher so that Buddha could see it. "Revered Buddha," the blind man began, "we have often heard of an animal called an elephant, but we have never encountered one. Could you help us understand what an elephant is?" Buddha smiled gently and replied, "Of course. An elephant happens to be in the village today. I will arrange for each of you to meet it, touch it, and then describe to the others what you have perceived." The blind men were thrilled at the prospect. Guided by villagers, they made their way to where the elephant was standing, calm and patient as if it sensed the importance of the moment. The first blind man was led to the elephant's side. He reached out and touched the broad, sturdy body of the elephant. He felt the rough skin and the immense solidity. "Ah," he exclaimed, "now I understand. An elephant is like a great wall, solid and immovable." The second blind man was guided to the elephant's tusk. He felt the smooth, curved surface, noting its hardness and shape. No, he said with certainty. "An elephant is not like a wall, it is like a spear, sharp and pointed." The third blind man approached the elephant's trunk. He grasped the writhing, flexible trunk and felt its strength and suppleness. "You are both mistaken," he declared. "An elephant is like a large snake, sinuous and powerful." The fourth blind man was directed to the elephant's leg. He felt the thick cylindrical shape, the rough texture, and the grounded firmness. "I see now," he said thoughtfully. "An elephant is like a tree, sturdy and rooted." The fifth blind man touched the elephant's ear. He felt the broad, flat surface, noting how it flapped gently. "How wrong you all are," he laughed. "An elephant is like a large fan, capable of creating a breeze." Finally, the sixth blind man was led to the elephant's tail. He felt the thin, rope-like appendage, and the tuft at the end. "All of you are mistaken," he proclaimed. "An elephant is like a rope, slender and flexible." After each of the blind men had encountered the elephant, they were guided back to the platform where Buddha awaited. The villagers, curious about their findings, gathered closer. The first blind man spoke first. "An elephant is like a wall," he insisted, describing the sturdy, immovable side of the elephant he had felt. The second blind man immediately contradicted him. "No, an elephant is like a spear," he argued, recounting the sharp tusk he had touched. The third blind man shook his head vehemently. "You are both wrong. An elephant is like a snake," he asserted, describing the trunk. The fourth blind man laughed and said, "You are all mistaken. An elephant is like a tree," explaining how he had felt the leg. The fifth blind man interjected, "No, no, an elephant is like a fan," sharing his experience with the ear. Finally, the sixth blind man declared, "You are all incorrect. An elephant is like a rope," detailing the tail he had touched. The debate grew heated, each blind man firmly convinced of his own understanding and dismissive of the other's experiences. The villagers listened intently, intrigued by the differing perspectives, but uncertain of the truth. Seeing the confusion and the growing discord among the blind men, Buddha raised his hand for silence. The villagers and the blind men fell quiet, turning their attention to Buddha. Buddha spoke in a calm, measured tone. "Each of you has touched a different part of the elephant, and each of you has accurately described the part you encountered. However, none of you has experienced the entire elephant. You are all correct in your own way, but you also lack the complete picture." He continued, "This is a common occurrence in our understanding of the world and of truth. We each perceive reality from our own limited perspective, and often we mistake a part of the truth for the whole. To truly understand, we must recognize that our individual experiences are but fragments of a larger reality." The blind men listened thoughtfully, realizing the wisdom in Buddha's words. They understood that their arguments were based on partial truths and that the true nature of the elephant encompassed all their experiences. Buddha invited the blind men and the villagers to reflect on this experience. He asked them to consider how this lesson could apply to their daily lives and interactions. One of the villagers, a young woman named Asha, spoke up. "Revered Buddha, this story reminds me of how often we judge others based on limited information. We see a single action or hear a single statement and form our opinions without understanding the full context." Buddha nodded approvingly. "Indeed, Asha, it is important to remember that our perceptions are limited, and we must strive to seek a broader understanding before passing judgment. By doing so, we cultivate compassion and empathy." An elderly man named Raj added, "This also applies to our beliefs and opinions. We often hold our views as the absolute truth and dismiss others who think differently. This story teaches us the value of humility and open-mindedness." Buddha smiled. "You are wise, Raj. True wisdom lies in recognizing the limits of our knowledge and being open to learning from others. By embracing different perspectives, we can gain a deeper understanding of the truth." The blind men, too, shared their thoughts. The first blind man, who had compared the elephant to a wall, said, "I realize now that my experience was just one part of a greater whole. I must remember that others may have insights that I lack." The second blind man, who had felt the tusk, nodded in agreement. "Yes, and we must listen to each other with an open mind. Only then can we piece together the full picture." The third blind man, who had touched the trunk, added, "This experience has taught me the value of collaboration. By sharing our individual experiences, we can achieve a more comprehensive understanding. The villagers listened with admiration as the blind men reflected on their newfound insights. They, too, felt inspired to apply these lessons in their own lives. The teachings of Buddha. Buddha continued to share his wisdom, building on the lessons from the parable. He spoke about the importance of mindfulness, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge. Mindfulness, he said, is the practice of being fully present in each moment, aware of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations. By cultivating mindfulness, we can gain clarity and see beyond our limited perspectives. He spoke about compassion, emphasizing its role in bridging the gaps between different viewpoints. Compassion allows us to connect with others on a deeper level. It helps us to understand and appreciate their experiences, fostering unity and harmony. Buddha also encouraged the pursuit of knowledge. Seek knowledge not only from books and teachers, but also from your own experiences and the experiences of others. Wisdom is a continuous journey of learning and growth. As Buddha spoke, the villagers felt a profound sense of inspiration. They resolved to practice mindfulness, cultivate compassion, and remain open to learning from each other. In the days following Buddha's visit, the village of Sravasti transformed. The villagers, inspired by the teachings, embraced a spirit of unity and cooperation. They held regular discussions where they shared their experiences and listened to each other's perspectives. The blind men became symbols of this newfound wisdom. They were often invited to share their story and reflections, reminding everyone of the importance of seeing beyond one's limited viewpoint. Asha and Raj, along with other villagers, took initiatives to resolve conflicts and misunderstandings with patience and empathy. They organized community events that promoted dialogue and understanding, strengthening the bonds within the village. The village square, with its ancient banyan tree, became a place of learning and growth. Children played while listening to stories of wisdom, and elders shared their life experiences, enriching the younger generation. The teachings of Buddha had sown seeds of enlightenment in Sravasti, and the village flourished as a beacon of wisdom and harmony. The villagers understood that their journey of learning was ongoing, and that each day brought new opportunities to grow and connect. Years passed, and the story of the blind men and the elephant became a cherished tale in Sravasti. It was passed down from generation to generation, a timeless reminder of the importance of humility, open-mindedness, and compassion. The village continued to thrive, guided by the principles of mindfulness and the pursuit of knowledge. The teachings of Buddha remained a cornerstone of their lives, shaping their interactions and fostering a community of understanding and peace. The blind men, now elders, were revered for their wisdom. They had each found their unique path to contribute to the village, using their insights to guide others. They often sat under the banyan tree, sharing their story with new generations, ensuring that the lessons they had learned would never be forgotten. And so, the legacy of the blind men and the elephant lived on, a testament to the enduring power of wisdom and the transformative potential of seeing beyond one's own perspective. The village of Sravasti stood as a shining example of what could be achieved when people came together with open hearts and minds, united in their quest for understanding and harmony. The parable of the blind men and the elephant, as told by Buddha, is a profound lesson in perspective, humility, and the interconnectedness of our experiences. It teaches us that our understanding of the world is often limited by our own perceptions, and that true wisdom comes from recognizing and embracing the diverse viewpoints of others. By practicing mindfulness, compassion, and a continuous pursuit of knowledge, we can overcome the barriers of limited perception and achieve a deeper, more holistic understanding of the truth. This story encourages us to approach life with an open mind and heart, ready to learn from every experience and every person we encounter. In doing so, we can cultivate a spirit of unity and harmony, creating a world where differences are celebrated and collective wisdom is cherished. The parable of the blind men and the elephant is not just a story, it is a guiding light for our journey towards enlightenment and peace.